Hi guys, the Middle Maniac back again, and in this video I'm going to be reviewing the album Predating God Part 1 by Satan's Host. This is a band I just recently discovered, probably around, I'd say, 2 months ago. I was basically sort of trying to find different covers of many different songs, and then all of a sudden in my suggested videos thing on my search was this album. But yeah, so I'll get into the song listing. So before I get into the song listing, I almost forgot the year this was released and then the band members. Okay, so this was released in 2010. No, wait, hold on, that's wrong. 2015. Sorry about that. 2015, and I believe this was their 10th album. I'm not entirely sure, but I think it might have been their 10th album. I might be wrong. I might have forgotten exactly, but I think it was around their 10th album. Yeah. So this was released in 2015. And the band members are. Hold on, let me get this out really quick. All right. Band members are Patrick Evil on bass guitar, Leviathan Tharson on vocals, and Anthony Lopez on percussion, which is basically another name for the drums. And then they're the band members right there. Alright, so, yeah, as the title of the album suggests, this is a part 1. There is a part 2, which came out, I think, just the year after this one. So this is technically a half of a bigger album, considering that there are only, for the main track listing, there's only 6 songs. Sorry, excuse me. And then the other part 2 is 6 songs as well. Anyway, let's get into the track listing. So the album opens with the song Hell's Disciples. What a great way to open an album. This song is a fantastic album opener. It's very epic, kind of like, I'd say, every single song on the album. It's very epic. The guitar work is phenomenal. Like, I haven't had a time recently where I've listened to a modern era metal album and just blown away by how good the guitar work sounds in terms of not only just the guitarists themselves, but like the actual audio. Because usually with the modern era stuff, the audio, especially with the guitars, for some reason, sounds way too manufactured and way too synthetic. Whereas here, yeah, it sounds a little bit crisp and clear. Actually, pretty crisp and clear. But at the same time, I don't know how they did it, but even though it sounds crisp and clear, it still sounds natural. But also very powerful too. But yeah, the guitar tone is amazing. The actual riff and solo is great. The vocals are really, really good. I don't really know how to properly describe the vocals on basically the entire album. I would say basically take Ripper Owens and maybe Steve Grimmett and sort of fuse them together. That's the really only way I could properly describe the vocals. But yeah, Hell's Disciples, great song, great way to open the album. Track number 2 is Embers of Will. This song is good for the most part. The chorus is a bit weak, but other than that, it's pretty good. Track number 3 is Valley of Blood, also a really good song. Again, although the chorus is a bit weak, but that's not really a big issue considering the rest of the song is really, really good. Predating God, the title track. This one is a very weak song. I don't know why they chose this as the title track. I mean, I don't know. it's a very, very weak song. Like, compared to the three that came before it, it's just overshadowed by how good the first three songs on this album are. But yeah. Track number, what was it? Oh yeah, track number 5 is called Greed, Lust, Hate, War. This song, again, is pretty weak, compared to, again, the first three. It's not really forgettable like, the title track, but it's still very, very, very weak. Track number 6, is called After the End, also a pretty, no, it's not weak. I mean, it's decent. It's a decent song. But that's, I guess, officially the end track, but not really, considering there's a bonus track, which is the reason why how I discovered the album in the first place. The bonus track is a cover of the song "See You in Hell," originally by Grim Reaper. One of my favorite heavy metal bands, by the way. This cover is basically the first thing I ever heard from this album and from the band as a whole. It's, other than, say, the cover of Painkiller by band Death, this, along with that, is the shining example on how to do a cover right. Like, the shining example how to do a cover right. Like, take what was great about the original song, keep all that was great intact, while also adding a little bit of your own flair and style to it. And this cover of "See You in Hell" does that to a T. They take sort of a traditional, like, the style is like the style is different, but the heart and soul of the actual song, the feel is still there. Like, to put it in comparison, the original song "See You in Hell" by Grim Reaper is sort of your classic new wave of British heavy metal sort of style song, sort of just bang your head and just just have a great time listening to it. This cover version is more of an epic. It was meant to be the, I guess, somewhat unofficial end track to the album because it is a bonus track. But still, they take the traditional classic heavy metal style, but then up the ante and make it an absolute epic of a song. Which they do really, really well. The vocals, you wouldn't. I don't know. I was I just saw the first time I was hesitant on the vocal side. I didn't know if they were going to be any good. But what's his name again? I don't know. But whatever his name is, I'm not going to go back and take out the pamphlet again. I'm just too lazy. But anyway, whatever his name is, he does a great job. Like, he kind of captures the vocal style of Steve Grimmett while also still presenting the vocal style as his own. Like, he does it very well at capturing both his own vocal style and Steve Grimmett's vocal style at the same time. Now, something interesting about this cover, I know, I just love this cover. I'm talking about it for so long because I absolutely love it. Anyway, something interesting about the cover that's, you can clearly tell right away or at least if you're paying attention to the vocal pattern and the vocal style compared to the original. In the vocal style of the original, when Steve Grimmett does the high register vocals for certain sections, they're completely different from here. Like, for example, the lyrics, let's see, what would be a good example? Basically in the song, in the original one, Steve Grimmett does the lyrics, sings the lyrics of, "Can I make you an offer you can't refuse?" He ups the high-pitched vocals at the words, "you can't refuse," or, no, or like at the end of that sort of like part of the lyrics. Whereas, the guy on here, he hits the high notes all the way through the entire sentence of that part of the section of the lyrics. No, yeah, he does. Okay, sorry, kind of had a mind blank there, but yeah. So stuff like that, little minor things that if you're familiar with the original song, you'll pick up on, but I know it's interesting. It's not. I'm not saying it's bad, but something that's very interesting to notice when you do notice it. And then the mid section, in the original, the mid section is just a guitar solo, short but sweet, but very effective, and then it goes on to the end chorus section. Whereas this one, it has the guitar solo, but then it goes into this very melodic, very sort of epic mid section that they create for the cover version of the song, and it just is amazing. It's just really, really amazing. And then they go into the end chorus part. But yeah, great way to, I guess, close the album. But yeah. The artwork. So the artwork is pretty good. Nothing too great, but I mean, it still looks pretty cool. Sort of like a chiseled statue in some kind of greenish stone. You can see there's a skeleton there and some animal skulls, and huge like little totem pole type thing above the topmost skull. And then there's the logo there, and then the name of the album you could barely see. There we go, Predating God Part 1. And the back is just sort of, I don't know what the back is supposed to be, some kind of galaxy. Then there's artwork on the back of the pamphlet here too. Cool. Almost like a mechanical totem pole of sorts. Anyway, so my overall thoughts on the album. I'm gonna give this album a 6 out of 10. I was gonna give it a 5, but re-listening to this again after the first time, yeah, well, like, I'd say at least 2 or 3 songs on the album are very forgettable, and like it takes up half the album. I can't fault it for that, considering it is, technically speaking, half of a bigger album. Again, this is a part 1. There's a Predating God Part 2, which technically putting those together is a whole one gigantic album of these 6. Not counting this thing, the bonus track, 6 plus 6. Oh my god. 12, sorry, I'm terrible at math. Anyway, but yeah, putting that together would be 12 songs, so technically the, I guess, average length of a modern era metal album. But yeah, I mean, for just having a part 1 of this, it's still really, really good. Again, Hell's Disciples, great opening song. Embers of Will, really great. Yeah, it has a pretty weak chorus, but the rest of the song kind of makes up for that. After the End's okay, and then the See You in Hell cover is one of the best covers ever. But yeah, 6 out of 10. So that's really about it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time.